sit down and listen to it.
I'm the director and producer of the film, the Untitled Karthik Krishnan project. The film is basically a semi-personal story about a real-life character called Karthik Krishnan, who was my friend, who was a software engineer who wanted to make films, got in touch with Srinivasundarajan to make a film. And what happens when they go about making the film is what the entire story of the film is all about. So it's a meta film in a way, like a film in a film of that kind of a, I mean that's the category of the film that you can say.
क्या बोल क्या रहा है बॉस? कहाँ से आया कैसे आया? You telling me to script?
It's very difficult to get a film like this released theatrically. So initially when I had made the film, I wanted to make it mostly for film festivals and audiences abroad in some way. Because it was very difficult since it's very experimental and arty in all respects. Live from the console is a really good opportunity to showcase your work, because a lot of different kind of atmosphere and a lot of different people come in who understand the indie scene much better than the people that will come to PVR. So that way they are doing a really good job. I just hope they kind of make this as a regular feature and have more. There is music documentaries, but if there's more fiction indie happening, then it will be really great.
Thank you. I'm Gayathri. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I'm based between Dubai and London. And the kind of music I do is quite alternative pop or chamber pop or something like that. Yeah, it's quite not very definable, but it's fun. So. Jump kicked in the heart, defeated from the start, champion of broken hearts, ding ding ding. I've played in the Middle East, all over UAE, in the Gulf. I've played in Europe, in the UK, in Paris, and France and Germany. And this is my first gig in India, so I'm very excited. Music scene in India seems to be very, very happening and thriving, and I've known about it for a long time, because a lot of my friends have come from Bombay especially, and I know for a fact that it's a very big rock scene here, and it's really cool because there seem to be a lot of musicians, a lot of camaraderie, and everybody knows each other, and that's the start of a great music scene. Broken hearts, broken hearts. It is hard to make a living off of music when you're just starting out. But I think that most people who decide to become full-time musicians don't really care about that too much. At first, it's about expressing yourself and getting yourself out there and putting your music out there. And I think the joy of it and the creativity of it cancels out all the hardships. So I'm going to say it's not very hard. It's really fun, actually. I'm super stoked to play here. I think as for a singer-songwriter, this is a gold mine. So I'm very happy. I've always had trouble getting funding for my projects, but I recently overcame that because I crowdfunded my upcoming album, so that made like over $20,000 online. So I think that with the kind of tools that you have and the online world, you can really sort of collate all of that and build a bigger listenership and use them to your build a community. So I think I have had a lot of hardships, but I feel like there's always a solution, and you just have to think smart.
Yeah, so it started out as a solo project, and after a couple of months of radio play internationally, a lot of people asked me to get a band together, and these guys are actually part of the band. He is filling in for Adil Kurwa, who is out of the country at the moment. And Jason mixed the album, he helped me record the album, and Adil, he played bass on one of the tracks. And we've been together, for about 2 months maybe? Yep. Yeah, 2 months, 2.5 months. We played one gig at Blue Frog so far. And our music is predominantly indie, alternative rock. One seems to be having fun. I'm sitting here, I'm the only one. Being a full-time musician at the moment, it has its perks because we have time to practice, we have time to rehearse all the songs. So far it's been good. I don't know if we get proper jobs after this. In my current do,
but we're just broke all.
Yeah, we're broke all the time. But I mean, that's how it is. Most musicians, they do struggle. So I mean, we're okay. We're doing it because we love it. We're not doing it for the money, and hopefully there will be some kind of financial support later. But at the moment, we just want to get our name out. We want to get our music out and get fans to like the music and so on and so forth. This is my first time actually playing here. I've seen a couple of gigs, back and forth here and there, which is awesome. I love the sound over here, which is beautiful. So that's, I think we're most excited about the sound over here.
No, I'm not putting up so cliche. You could hurt whoever I supreme.
The indie music scene over here in India is very different from what it is outside. Just how everything works. I mean, it's slowly picking up pace over here, but simple example, most people, when you just start out as a band, most of the fans that come to see you play live are friends and family and that kind of thing, and it's only when you actually get your name out there that you get other people. Over there, anywhere else, it's a lot of people want to discover new music, so you have it's obviously it flourishes more in the States, in UK, in Germany or whatever, but it is building up here, which I mean, as you can see, this wouldn't even occur if the indie scene is not building up over here.
The Nikhil, this was a band.
Stop, life's moving fast.
A melodic alternative pop, if there is such a genre.
The time machines and move, rewind the scene, just don't hit play.
He plays drums. This is Rushad. He plays bass. That's Zoran over there, a shy boy in the corner, and my name's Nikhil. And we also have Warren in the band. Obviously, he's not here right now, but yeah, that's what we do.
See that now you're running, but you're getting nowhere.
It's not easy, being a musician and being able to make a living of what you love doing. Well, it's usually it's all about a compromise. It's like for me, in a month, it's very possible that I won't even get to play a live gig. It's of course, the money comes in from doing ad jingles and from doing film work.
Now your clocks are turning, you look like you're waiting, saying now you're waiting for the sun, waiting for the sun.
I think I've been lucky that as of now, I'm not married, I don't have a family to support or anything. But the moment those things come in and you have to pay for a house and for your family, then you need to do things. Then the compromise kind of goes away and you just have to do it.
Getting married or what?
Yeah, very soon.
It ain't easy.
Balancing out your career is really important, and every musician goes through just trying to get grip with that. And that's the scene over here. You got to do some things because you want to be creative and you love doing that, and there's some other things that will just help you pay the bills.
So I stay alone tonight.
The credibility of an independent music scene in any place is easily measured by the number of festivals that you have. Music festivals where you have independent bands playing, and how many people come to watch those bands. You can measure it by that to know whether it's active or not. Up till a few years ago, we didn't even have festivals. We had maybe one big festival happening somewhere. People know that there's this one Saturday in a month where you can come by and listen to some quality music, and all we need is a few more venues that have multiple bands every night. We need about 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different options where people can just go out and go out for the music, because you still have a venue like, say, a Blue Frog or a Hard Rock, where unfortunately a lot of people who are there are not really there for the music. They just happen to be there. This is a place where people are coming to listen to the music, You know, that's the big difference. So that's much appreciated, I think, by all the musicians around the band.
Thank you so much. Thanks to Live from the Console for having us here, and thanks to all you guys for coming.